Hello, I posted a video about 8 months ago saying that I'd had a headache for 2 solid weeks. It's been 8 months. Hello, so today I'm making this video because I noticed that I was annoyed by something, so I thought I'd try and help fix it. And the thing that annoyed me was that, so I have TMJD, I'll explain what that is in a second, and it came on really suddenly about 8 months ago, literally in a matter of hours, and it just never went away. And in those 8 hours I've been looking a lot into things to help and online communities and things like that, because they can sort of tell you about ways to help that you might not get told by a doctor or a dentist if you're waiting for a referral like myself. But a repeat pattern in a lot of these groups is it's very negative. It's very you'll never find a cure for this, nothing helps, blah blah blah, and I don't like that. I totally understand why these people are upset, and that it is very, very difficult to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Some of these people have been struggling for 20 odd years, but I would like there to be more positive stuff out there about things that do help and things that you can do. So that is what I'm making, a light-hearted, casual video about things that might help if you have TMJD. So just to update you on my specific situation, I have been diagnosed with TMJD for 8 months. So I just randomly, out of nowhere, got it 8 months ago. It was a random day in October. I can describe the situation to you, but it doesn't really matter. Basically one day I got this headache and it just never went away. I made a video about it kind of when it happened, talking about it then, so you can go and look at that video, which is on my channel. But yeah, that's basically what happened. It happened because I have a genetic disorder called hypermobile EDS, which means the connective tissue in my body doesn't work particularly well. And I'm assuming, I don't know what happened because I'm still waiting to see a specialist, but I basically think that my jaw came out of place and it's just never been right since. In my opinion, that is what happened. So yeah, I've been waiting to see a specialist from then, but I wanted to share some things I've learned in the past 8 months that have helped me, in an aim to make the rhetoric a bit less about how nothing will ever help and it's all miserable and painful and awful, and a bit more about, look, there is things that might help and they might not fix you, but they might help. Preface this with, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dentist, I'm just someone who's been dealing with this not for a particularly long time compared to most people, but I have tried many things, and these things have come from, the things that I'm telling you will come from doctors and dentists and experts online and things like that, or ones that I've spoken to in real life. But if I say this thing and you think, oh, that won't work for me, or you try it and it makes things worse, absolutely do not do it. I'm just giving you some ideas of things to try. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is medication, because that is the main thing that has helped me. Medication is different for everyone, but I'm going to tell you what I've tried and what worked for me. So, I was initially put on codeine. Turns out I'm allergic to codeine. Didn't continue with that. I also didn't think it helped my pain. I know that painkiller resistance with people with EDS is quite common, so I don't know if that's why, but it didn't help with my pain at all, and it made me really ill, so do not recommend. And then I was put on diaphrenic sodium, I think it was called. That did absolutely nothing either. I was then put on naproxen, which did help. So I'm on 2 500 mg tablets a day, and then the issue with the naproxen was it did take away my pain, but it gave me all these other side effects. So I was put on omeprazole once a day to counteract the side effects, and that took a while to settle down. I would say that I did go 3 or 4 months just feeling constantly a bit ill because of the side effects, but it was better than the pain, so I put up with it, and now the side effects have pretty much gone away. You are not supposed to be on this amount of naproxen for this long, so I'm a little bit worried about the long-term side effects of that, but we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. Right now it's meaning I can function and do my basic daily life, so I'll take it for now. Deal with the consequences later. Except after a while it wasn't wearing off, it just wasn't working as well, and I was still having a lot of days where I'd have to just not do anything or just feeling rubbish all day. So I asked about if there's anything I could be put on alongside it, and I was put on nortriptyline, which is an antidepressant, I believe, but it can also work, it's prescribed for like migraines and nerve pain and things as well in like low doses, and that helped a lot. Except I got really bad side effects from it, like I stopped sleeping, I was like tired and like lethargic all the time, so I did that for about a month, and that was like, this is making me feel rubbish, and went off it. And then I was put on gabapentin, which is again another thing that's used quite often for like migraines and things. I was on this for about 6 weeks, and it didn't do anything, and then I didn't get any side effects at all and get positive or negative side effects, but then I got really bad withdrawal symptoms when I came off it, and I told the doctor, and they were like, it can take months to kick in, and I was like, I don't want to wait that long. Do you have anything else? So I'm currently on amitriptyline. I've only been on it for about a week. Again, it's an antidepressant that's used also for like migraines and things. It has been excellent. I have had hardly a headache since I came on it. However, the side effects of it are not great. It is a sedative, and I have been, the first couple of days I was like totally knocked out, and currently I am still a little bit like, can feel myself being a little bit out of it, but not as much as the first couple of days, and the fact that it's worn off as much as it has, like the side effects, in a week, I'm pretty confident that if I stay on it a bit longer, the side effects will get less and less. I don't know if they'll ever go away, but I'm thinking they're going to lessen quite a bit. So, fingers crossed that the combination of amitriptyline and naproxen has made me almost completely pain-free, just from my jaw, not for everywhere. It's not a long-term solution, but I'm still waiting to go to the hospital, so in terms of medication, that is what worked for me, and might not work for everyone, but that is what worked for me. So I'm going to talk about other things that I did. So the first thing that I did, the thing that I did apart from medication that I think helped the most was stop wearing my mouth guard. This might sound counterproductive because most dentists will tell you to wear a mouth guard to protect against TMJD. However, I've had mine for quite a long time. I think my teeth have shifted. I think maybe my teeth shifting might have even been what caused it all to happen. But wearing a mouth guard that didn't quite fit was making it worse. And I didn't realise it was making it worse until I got a gum infection, so I had to stop wearing it because it was too painful to wear. And then I realised that my jaw issues got way better, so I haven't gone back to wearing that. So if you do wear a retainer or a mouth guard at night anyway, you might want to get it checked, it might be making it worse. Definitely don't stop wearing one without talking to your dentist. To be fair, I didn't talk to my dentist, but I'm waiting to see one, so I'm going to talk to them when I get the chance. But maybe don't wear it for a week, see what happens, and then if you feel better, talk to your dentist about it, but do not do that without like consultation because you don't want to cause more harm than good. So if I'm having a particularly bad day, talking a lot, like I can feel it starting to get sore, or like yawning makes it really sore, or sometimes it just hurts for whatever reason. Hello. Some of the things that I will do are, I find ice works. There's a big debate between ice and heat, but I have a thing that I strap to my head where you put ice packs in it and it goes like round my head like this, so it sits on my jaw, but it also sits on the nerves up here as well, which helps a lot. So I do ice around there, and then I put heat on my neck, because quite often jaw problems can be caused by neck problems. Everything's connected. If you have stiffness in your neck, it can make jaw problems worse, and vice versa. So I put a hot thing around my neck so that relaxes the muscles in my jaw, and then the ice takes down the inflammation around my face. I've heard some people say that ice makes it a lot worse. Cold definitely makes it worse for me, but only like outside cold. I think if I'm like shivering, it sort of makes my whole body tense up, and that makes it worse. But ice, like specifically put on when the rest of my body is quite warm, is definitely a go-to. I would also say things like eating soft food has helped me a lot. I sometimes on particularly bad days will just be like, I am not having a meal where I have to do things, I'm going to have a milkshake or a smoothie. Because I just can't do with that right now, because it is going to make it worse. Anything that you do like chewing gum or chewing pens or anything like that is going to make it worse. You might be like me where like chewing gum makes it feel better in the moment because it's keeping your jaw open, but afterwards it is so much worse, so it is not worth it unless you have like, I don't know, something where you really need it to not hurt. But yeah, that's what I would recommend for that. I also did spot therapy. Spot therapy helped a little bit. So this was where, because I was holding so much tension in my jaw because it hurt, which made me hold the tension, which made it hurt more, etc. I put little stickers everywhere that said things like stop it or like relax, and every time I looked at it I would remember to relax my jaw. And now I don't think I tense my jaw as much. I don't think that's actually made my headaches better. So I'm thinking that that isn't actually what's caused it, but like it has made me stop holding a lot more tension in my jaw, which is a positive thing even if it didn't really help that much. Massage. So I would look up some videos online. Bob and Brad, the physiotherapists, their YouTube channel is excellent. It is wholesome and friendly and nice, and they have loads of videos on how to do massages and exercises for TMJD. I mixed a couple of them and sort of developed the ones that will work best for me. But I honestly, like, any sort of massage on my face helps a lot. Any sort of like rubbing, I particularly find along here, that helps, and then along here as well, that helps. But it totally like depends on where you get your pain or what you kind of is the best for you. So I also did some of the exercises, and I found that some of them helped and some of them didn't. The physio exercises, the one that I find that works the most is like pushing against on both sides, which I think I talked about in my last video. And I almost think that's because I'm like pushing my jaw back in place because I think it might be coming out. I think that might be what's causing the pain, but I don't know. I've never had it looked at properly, but that's what it feels like on this side anyway. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that I've done to help. I know I spoke about some things that I'd done in the last video, but I was only like 2 weeks into this then, and now after 8 months I kind of have more of an idea of what does help and what gives like long-term relief. And like, I don't want to compare myself to these people who've had it for like 20 years. So if you're watching this and you have had it for a really long time, I'm not trying to take away from your experience, but I'm just trying to share some things that, like, as someone who's had to deal with this for quite a long time now-ish, that, yeah, these are the things that have helped me and things that might help you. I will say that I posted in a group and asked what other people did or didn't do to help. A couple of people said that everything that they tried made it worse, which I wasn't entirely sure of what to say that on this channel, because as I said, I'm trying to make this video more like a positive, like, things that you can do to help video, but that is an option as well. Doing nothing is an option. One person said that yoga really helped. Again, I'm reluctant to say that because anyone in the chronic illness community will roll their eyes as soon as they hear me say yoga, but I do understand the logic behind this because a lot of TMJD problems are caused by your neck and your shoulders and your back. A lot of people have it caused by hip problems as well, which is really interesting. So yeah, doing some yoga could, in theory, help those problems, which would help your jaw. But again, I would just be careful, especially if you're hypermobile and that's the reason you have TMJD. Maybe don't do yoga unless you know that you're already like okay with it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what everyone else said. A lot of people said like heat and things like that were useful. But yeah. I would say that the most useful thing you can do is talk to a doctor and get a referral. But if you're like me and you're waiting in the meantime and you just need something to make it better, these are all the best things that I can advise you to do. So yeah, I'm going to advise the opposite of what the people said. Don't do nothing. Keep trying. Keep looking for things that might help, because you might find something weird. You might find something that nobody else has found yet. Just keep trying things. And I can say that the one thing that has helped me more than anything is, yes, trying to find things that help, but also accepting that it's going to be there. The chances are you're not going to find something that's going to completely take it away, and just because it only helps 10% doesn't mean it's a waste of time. It's still worth it. So yeah, just bear that in mind whenever you're trying anything. And yeah, good luck. You'll do great. I believe in you. If you have any requests or questions, then I will, no, that's not what I say. If you have any requests or questions, then leave them down in the comments. New videos every Wednesday, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will see you next week. I finished my dissertation today. I have no point. I just wanted to save that for prosperity. Finished it today. Go me. Even with the jaw problems and everything else.